I couldn't believe what I was hearing when my boss said I couldn't take any time off with pay. It was shocking. I always stand up for myself, but this time it was too much. She basically told me not to bother coming back. Hearing that, I felt like I couldn't take it anymore. I asked if she was really sure about her decision, which surprised her. Her eyes got wide with surprise. It was disappointing. My name is Nancy, and I just turned 28. I've been working at Kando Corporation for 10 years, which makes me experienced even though I'm still young. My family isn't rich, but my parents took good care of me. I'm an only child, so I didn't get a lot of new things. Most of my clothes were hand-me-downs from cousins or neighbors. Getting new clothes was rare, but I was happy with what I had. I have lots of love from my neighbors and relatives. I have great memories of going on picnics with my parents on weekends. Even though I didn't have much growing up, I'm still close with my cousins, and we talk often. I had a lot of love around me as I grew up. In 12th grade, I was the student council president and had good grades. My teacher thought I should go to college, but I didn't want to. I wanted to work for the government. My parents wanted me to choose a different job, but I went ahead and became a government worker despite their advice. I wanted to help my parents with money as soon as I could. But then my dad got very sick and passed away before I could do much for him. So I started taking care of my mom instead. We lived together and kept busy with everyday life. Time went by quickly, and I learned a lot while working. After 5 years, I became well respected at my job and lived comfortably. I was in charge of training new people and sometimes did important tasks for my boss. Plus, I got good bonuses, which let me give my parents $600 every month. In my free time, I enjoyed going on trips with friends, coworkers, and my boyfriend. Then, our boss changed, and the new boss was a woman who happened to be the president's daughter. People said she didn't work hard because she relied on her dad's money. The president wanted her to learn some important lessons about life, so he gave her a big job. Only the president and I knew about his plan. Many people in the company didn't think she deserved the job because they thought she only got it because of her dad. The work atmosphere was getting more and more tense, and it was starting to feel suffocating. And then trouble found its way to me. It happened when I made a cup of hot coffee for the new boss. "What's this?" "Are you trying to make me mad?" "I made it just like you asked." She gave me an angry look and threw the hot coffee towards me. "Ow, why did you do that?" I couldn't dodge it, so I held my right arm, which got hit by the coffee, and stared back at her. "How is this what I asked for?" I said I wanted it warm with extra milk and sugar. I made it warm with 2 cups of milk and 2 scoops of sugar. It's too hot. Normally, it's 4 cups of milk and 3 scoops of sugar. She acted like her way was the only right way and forced her preferences on others. "I'm sorry. I'll make you another one right away. This is why I don't like people who only finished high school. My dad told me you're good at your job and everyone trusts you. I have a lot to learn. I only seem good because everyone here supports me." While she kept making snide comments, the pain in my burned arm got worse. I just wanted to leave and cool down my arm. I was excited to meet you after hearing my dad praise you. But what a letdown. I wonder how you impressed him. When she said those mean words, a coworker tried to help, but I signaled that I was okay, not wanting to draw her attention. Later, that coworker became her new target. Anyone she targeted before ended up feeling so stressed that they quit their jobs. Now it seems like she's targeting me. While I was thinking about what to do, she grabbed my burned arm and squeezed it tightly. "You're brave to ignore me, but don't think you'll get away with it." I winced in pain. After seeing my reaction, she let go of my arm and told me to make coffee again. I made an excuse and rushed to the kitchen to cool down my arm. It was awful. After work, I went to see a skin doctor and got some medicine, but my arm didn't fully heal and left a mark. So I dressed in a way that hid it, so others wouldn't worry. Since that day, she started bothering me even more. "What's wrong with this paper? It's full of mistakes. Take your job seriously." "What mistakes are there?" I asked, trying to figure out her mood. She threw the paper at me. There can't be any mistakes. I checked it. And it's annoying to be criticized with a red pen. I sighed at her childish behavior. Honestly, this paper needs to be fixed because it's not good enough. You came here without knowing much. Please admit the mistakes and learn. I tried teaching her like I did with other new workers, but her pride got in the way. Don't argue. Just do your job. I'm the boss, so I don't have to do this. And this is what the president wants. You're trying too hard to impress my dad, right? You came from a family without a dad, didn't you? I was surprised she brought up my family. Plus, we never talked about this before. You only have your mom now, right? Your dad worked hard in a poor family, got sick, and wasn't rewarded. Let's not talk about personal stuff at work. I just wanted to chat a bit. You're so boring. I couldn't hide my annoyance when she made fun of my parents. You're getting mad, huh? That's funny. My parents are amazing. You, who know nothing, can't say anything. She quickly replied when she heard my voice change. So, that's how you really are, huh? Is it okay to treat the president's daughter like this? Maybe I'll tell my dad how you've been treating me badly. Do as you please. Fix the test paper and hand it in today. I'm going to make sure you leave this place. As I walked away from her, she whispered something to me, but I ignored her and went back to my desk. After that, she kept being sarcastic, but I managed to teach her some basic stuff, although it was a long process. It included simple things like using the computer and different types of documents. During my break, I sat on the rooftop bench, sipping coffee to relax my tired body and thinking about my future. Suddenly, my phone rang with an unknown number. Hello, is this Nancy? This is Savvy Hospital. Your mom was brought in urgently, and she's in critical condition. Can you come right away? My mind went blank, and I couldn't remember much after that. I left a note on her desk saying I was leaving early and rushed to the hospital in a taxi. At the hospital, I explained the situation, and a nurse took me to see my mom. Mom, this can't be happening. There she was, looking peaceful as she slept. The doctor said she had collapsed at work. When she got to the hospital, it was touch and go. My mom's heart wasn't strong since my dad passed away, and the stress might have affected her. I cried and hugged her tightly for a while. After bringing my mom home, I called the manager to ask for my first paid leave ever. I'm sorry for leaving early today. My mom just passed away. Can I take about a week off for the funeral and everything? Oh, that's why you left early when I wasn't here. It was an emergency with your mom. Her cold tone hurt, especially at such a sad time. I won't approve any paid leave for you. I couldn't believe it. In all the 10 years I've worked here, I've never taken a single day off with pay. Wait, what? I've done a lot for this company. Shouldn't I be allowed to take time off with pay to say goodbye to my mom? You always challenge me. You don't need to come back. When she said that, I couldn't take it anymore. Are you sure about that? I'll take you up on your offer. She kept talking, but I hung up without thinking twice. The funeral went well. I didn't just sit and cry. I kept busy with tasks and sent thank you notes to everyone who helped. It helped distract me for a while. She tried calling me many times, but I didn't answer. Later, the president called me, so I went to the office. After 2 weeks, I went straight to the president's office. On the way, 2 coworkers comforted me. Sorry, I need to see the president first. Their kindness made me feel a bit better. It's Nancy. Can I come in? I asked when I knocked on the door. They let me in right away. Hey, it's been a while. Heard you've been gone for 2 weeks. That's not like you. I'm sorry. Let me explain. I told him everything, not hiding how his daughter treated us. It must have been hard for him to hear negative things about his own daughter, but he listened to me. I'm sorry for my daughter's behavior. To be honest, my wife and I spoiled her, and this is the result. It's okay. I think my parents might have felt the same way as parents. The president smiled kindly at me. Nancy, you're really amazing. My daughter's behavior was my mistake. I've talked to the people who quit in the past 2 weeks. I can't apologize enough for that. This was the first time I'd seen the president look so troubled. Since you stopped coming to the department where my daughter works, things have been a mess. The other day, the whole team even protested together. Really? I didn't know it got that bad. So, what's your plan? The president looked sad for a moment, but then he returned to his usual self. I need your help. When I looked into his serious eyes, I decided to help. Okay, I'm happy to help. And that's when actions were taken against her. Hey, when are you coming back to work? The frustrated manager finally contacted me. But didn't you tell me not to come? Stop that. Everything's a mess here. Come to the office now. I reluctantly changed and went to work. But when I got there, nobody was around. It was weirdly quiet, like a weekend. Isn't it a weekday? This feels strange. While I was alone in the office, I heard yelling and things being thrown from my department. I cautiously went to see what was happening. What's happening? I asked when I saw her causing trouble. She quickly turned and grabbed me. It's all your fault. Since you stopped coming, everyone else did too. Now I can't reach anyone. How will you fix this? I don't understand. Please don't blame me, I said calmly. She let go of me and pushed me away. You're so annoying. Even my dad won't help me. What's going on? How long has it been since everyone stopped coming? Just half a day. I've been answering calls, which I never do, and I don't know what to do anymore. She looked tired and messy. Her hair was a mess, and her nail polish was chipped. She must have hung her jacket somewhere. There were angry phrases written on it. When I saw her, who always acted like she was in charge, looking so upset, I couldn't help but laugh. Serves you right. What'd you say? This is your fault. What did you think would happen? Nobody follows someone who just throws their power around without real skills. As I stood my ground, she came closer, getting red in the face. Say that again. Do you want to get kicked out of the company? Well, I'd like to stay if you leave. Then you're fired? I'll take over this company. That's too bad for you. She had a strange smile and looked proud. I just said, okay, thanks for everything, even if it was short. She looked surprised. You know you're fired, right? Yes, I do. I'll pack my things. I walked carefully to my desk, avoiding the papers on the floor, and started packing. Wait, are you really quitting? Yes, why? I tilted my head. She seemed less confident now, almost desperate. Shouldn't you finish today's work at least? Her confidence was gone, and she looked worried. Did you know it's against the law to deny paid leave without a good reason? It's the law. She looked pale. She was clearly upset. But I kept going. We're all human. I understand we might not get along, but that doesn't mean you can treat people badly. You're not fit to be a manager. I wonder what your parents are like. Who do you think you are? Insulting my parents? You won't get away with this. Well, you insulted mine too, so you're not getting off easy either. She was angry but tried to act tough. We're nothing alike. You're terrible. You said the same about those who left. You treated them badly too. That's right. They made me feel worthless. So I made things hard for them. It felt good when they left. I sighed and looked down the hallway. She followed my gaze and muttered, Dad, why are you here? The president walked in and went straight to her father. There's been a misunderstanding. No need to explain. I have proof of what you did. No, they were jealous of my skills and set me up. I didn't do anything wrong. The president scolded her when she tried to explain herself. You fool! I hoped the capable workers would help you improve. But in the past few months under your leadership, our performance dropped and we lost money. But I made you a manager, so I trusted you, right? I hope you can do better this time. No. If I didn't promote you, you would have quit. The president's serious attitude made her nervous. I never considered letting you take over the company. This time, I'll move you to the countryside to help you learn from the basics. Please understand. You'll be checked regularly, and the people there are reliable. Get ready. She turned pale, lying down and crying and laughing at the same time. I cheerfully said, too bad, to her later that day. The next day, she left the company without anyone seeing her off. The employees, happy to have a day off given by the president, returned to work happily without her. The office became peaceful again, and everyone smiled. Meanwhile, she started over in a rural town with no modern comforts. Her family's influence didn't matter there, and she was taught strictly by her coworkers every day. Over time, she started to change. She began speaking politely and accepting feedback. Surprisingly, the president got an apology call from her, which was unexpected. At first, I listened to her, but she ended up begging, "I've learned my lesson. Please ask the president to let me come back." I said no, and I stopped answering her calls and blocked her number. The president personally reached out to those who had quit because of her and asked them to come back. The company's performance improved quickly, even better than before. I got promoted to the manager's position that she left. Everyone in the department was happy when the president chose me. The job is harder than I thought, and I feel a bit overwhelmed. But with the support of my coworkers, I'm doing okay. Because of the burns I got, I received some extra money from the manager's salary, which made my life more comfortable. Recently, my boyfriend proposed to me, and I'm thrilled. We're expecting a baby next year, and we're both excited. Even though I'm only in my second trimester, we're already prepared for the baby.